I'm going to start with Bagehot. The title of this lecture is The World That Bagehot Knew. You've now all read Bagehot, or at least 2 chapters of Bagehot, so you have some sense of this, and I'm now going to sort of do the economics of that. All right, so let me start with an example. The world that Bagehot is talking about, this is all going to be about Bagehot, so it's all going to be about 19th century banking. But it's going to be very relevant for what we do later on. It's just simpler in the 19th century, okay? So we'll be trying to move this stuff into the 21st century in the next couple lectures. But for now, we're in Bagehot's world. The world that Bagehot knew, we're thinking about firms that are making payments to each other. And the example that I'm starting with here is that firm A is buying goods from firm B. So you might think of firm A as a retail firm maybe, okay, and maybe this as a wholesale or maybe a producer, maybe a manufacturer. If you want to make it concrete, since this is Britain, you could think that here this is a firm that produces woolen yarn or cloth or something or clothing, and this is a firm that's selling it or selling it on later on in the production chain. So there's a production chain, and these firms are linked in this production chain by buying and selling intermediate goods between each other. So again, this isn't retail in the sense that it's you and me buying. This is business, okay? And so it's going to be the wholesale money market again that we're talking about. Firm A is buying goods from firm B. So these goods were assets of firm B, and it's selling them, okay? And it's buying them on credit, okay? It's promising to pay firm B, and what it does is now it has the goods, it treats these goods as collateral for borrowing. So it issues what's called a bill of exchange as a debt of firm A and as an asset of firm B. It's a kind of trade credit, okay? It's a promise to pay in 90 days. It's a promise to pay in 90 days, but it is very specifically referencing these goods, this transaction. That's the point, okay? The whole idea behind this is that in 90 days from now, these goods will be sold, okay? And so firm A will have cash in order to make this payment, but right now firm A doesn't have that cash, and so he's borrowing it essentially from firm B. He's getting the goods, he's not actually paying for them right now. This is how all business-to-business transactions work even to this day. Okay, people buy goods by promising to pay in 90 days or something like that. And there's bills receivable. So firm A has what they want, so fine. Now firm B has this bill of exchange, and he may need cash himself. Okay? And so the way banks enter this picture, at least at first, is firm B can take the bill of exchange to a bank and discount it. And so we will treat that as a purchase of the bill of exchange. And a purchase with banknotes. Okay? So minus bill plus notes. Okay. So see what's happened here. Firm A has bought goods and hasn't paid for them. Firm B has sold goods and now has been paid for them. He's got notes. He's actually been paid. He's all done. Okay? This bank has made the payment. okay, and now has a promissory note, a promise from firm A, okay? It's now firm A that is supposed to pay the bank, not pay firm B in 90 days. So the bank has an earning asset here. Now I said that the bank buys this bill of exchange. The point is that he buys it at a discount. So there's that discount, a discount to face value. So there's an interest rate involved here. Okay, so if the bill was for 100, you might buy it for 95. That's an exaggeration. It would actually be closer to 100. And so in 90 days, you earn 5% interest. That's pretty good interest for 90 days if it were 95. That's the way the discounting works. So far, so good. The idea of all of this, as I say, is that 90 days from now, this is going to happen. Okay, this firm is going to sell the goods and to some customer and get some notes, okay, which he can use to redeem the bill. Okay. Okay. So again, just to be clear, this minus goods plus notes, this is referring to a balance sheet of some customer that we aren't showing. Okay? This minus notes minus bill, that's these same things here on the bank's balance sheet. So this is the idea of this transaction. This is the basic discount mechanism, the way in which firms are making payments to each other with the help of a bank that is willing to discount by paying out notes. Okay. Now, I'm showing the bank as paying out notes. Let's shift our focus now to the bank. I'm showing the bank as paying out notes so that you appreciate what the danger of this business is, and what the opportunity and what the danger is. The opportunity is you're getting rid of an asset, banknotes, that doesn't pay interest, and you're acquiring an asset, a bill of exchange, that does pay interest. Good thing. That's nice. On the other hand, you're getting rid of an asset that is a means of payment. Okay, and you're acquiring an asset that is not, that only pays in 90 days, and they don't have, nobody is promising to do anything for 90 days. In 90 days, this will turn into cash, hopefully, okay, but until then, nothing. So there's a liquidity risk involved here, a payment risk. This bank has deposit accounts over here, okay, and if somebody is withdrawing a deposit or transferring it to another bank, you know, this bank may need these notes, you know, to make that payment. They're reserves. These are the bank's reserves. So this could be a problem.